You wake up in the morning and you feel tired. You don't want to move. You don't feel like doing anything. And so you lie there telling yourself you'll get up in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe after your coffee. But guess what? That hesitation, that comfort, that little voice saying, not now, that's the beginning of your downfall. That's the moment your future slips 1 inch further away. You think you need motivation? You think you need to feel inspired? That's the biggest lie you've ever been told. The most dangerous, most powerful, most brutally effective mind hack in the world is this. You don't need to feel ready. You just do it anyway. You act. No permission, no warm-up, no second thoughts. You move. You strike. You execute. Every second you spend waiting to feel good is a second lost. The successful, the millionaires, the champions, do you think they wait for the mood to hit before they grind? No. They've trained their mind to obey them. They've mastered the art of moving in spite of fear, exhaustion, discomfort, doubt. They understand something you haven't fully accepted yet. Your feelings are liars. They're soft, emotional impulses designed to protect you, not elevate you. And that's the truth. Your brain is hardwired to keep you safe, to keep you warm, to keep you average. But greatness demands war. It demands blood, sweat, discipline, grit, and a level of mental violence most people run away from. The successful don't run. They fight and they win. Because they don't rely on motivation. They weaponize their willpower. The most dangerous mind hack is waking up and saying, I don't care how I feel. I'm doing this. That's when you win. That's when you rewire your mind to obey your purpose, not your pain. You see, your body wants easy. It wants rest. It wants the path of least resistance. But success lives in resistance. Growth lives in pain. Everything you want is hiding behind effort you've been avoiding. You already know what to do. You've just been waiting for a feeling to tell you it's time. That's over now. That version of you is dead. Because if you want what only the few have, you have to do what only the few do. Get up when you're tired, grind when you're discouraged, and show up when you're scared. And you have to do it again and again and again, even when no one's watching, even when it's boring, even when it's hard. People always ask, what's the secret to motivation? The answer is brutal and simple. The secret is that you don't need it. The minute you decide to act regardless of how you feel, you separate yourself from 99% of people. You rise above the sheep who spend their lives waiting for energy, inspiration, and a perfect moment that never comes. You are not a slave to your emotions. You are not a child begging for permission from your feelings. You are a warrior, and warriors move with purpose. Warriors bleed. Warriors fail. Warriors rise again and again without needing a pep talk every damn time. You want to be successful? You want to become someone that nobody can stop? Then stop negotiating with your feelings. Stop asking yourself, do I feel like it? And start commanding your body like a general commands an army. There is no easy road. Every shortcut you take is a longer road in disguise. You skip one hard day and you set yourself back a week. You let one excuse win and it multiplies like a virus. You think you're too tired today? Tomorrow you'll be weaker. The day after, even more. And before you know it, the habit of quitting becomes your identity. That's how people become nobodies. That's how dreams die. Not with a crash, but with a whisper, a skipped workout, a late morning, a task pushed to tomorrow. But not you, not anymore. Because the truth hit you. You've wasted enough time. You've allowed your feelings to rule over your purpose for long enough. And now you flip the switch. Now you become the kind of person who moves without hesitation, who wakes up and executes, who shows up even when everything in them says no. You think motivation is going to save you? That's for amateurs. That's for people who want average results. Motivation is for people who start and never finish. You want to finish? You want to dominate? You want to crush every excuse, every fear, every shred of weakness? Then the time is now. Get addicted to the grind. Get addicted to doing what's uncomfortable. There is no hack better than ruthlessly controlling your mind. Because when you do that, nothing can stop you. Not tiredness, not failure, not pain. When your discipline is higher than your doubt, you become a machine, and the machine wins. You know why the most dangerous mind hack is so effective? Because once you realize you can act without permission from your feelings, you become limitless. You can attack every single day with relentless energy. You become the storm, not the one hoping it passes. You stop being the person who starts over every Monday. You become the person who never stopped in the first place. You become consistent, and consistency builds empires. Stop looking for fire. Be the fire. Burn through resistance. Burn through your limitations. Burn through every excuse your mind throws at you. Because you are not a victim. You are not weak. You are not broken. You're just undisciplined, and that's fixable. But only if you choose to fix it. That's the edge right there. Most people will never take it. Most will keep waiting, hoping, wishing. You're different. You've heard the truth now, and the truth doesn't lie. You want instant motivation? Move. Get up. Breathe. Walk into the pain. And do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. You won't always feel strong. You won't always feel like a beast. But feelings don't matter. Actions do. Results do. Progress does. That's what winners measure. And that's what you're becoming right now. Not because you feel like it, but because you decided. That's what makes it dangerous. That's what makes it unstoppable. That's what makes it real. But let's be clear, this won't be easy. In fact, it's going to be the hardest thing you've ever done. Because choosing action over emotion means you'll have to stare down the part of you that's always been in control, your weaker self. That soft voice that says, let's just rest today, or we've done enough, or it's okay to take it easy. That voice is your greatest enemy, and every time you silence it, you become more dangerous, more focused, more relentless. You think champions feel like grinding every single day? No, but they do it anyway. You think world-class performers feel ready before they take the stage? They don't, but they show up anyway. You think the people building empires wake up each morning with clarity and calm? Hell no, but they get up, lace their boots, and face the war inside their own minds, and they win because they keep going. Every time you take action without waiting for the perfect mood, you gain power. You rewire your brain. You reinforce a new identity, one rooted in discipline, execution, and strength. That's where motivation lives. Not in feelings, but in repeated action. Most people live their entire lives never learning this. They stay trapped in emotional cages. They build routines around comfort. They tell themselves they'll start when they're ready, when they feel better, when the timing's right. But the timing is never right. You already know that. Life doesn't come with a green light. You have to run the red. You have to move when it's uncomfortable. That's where the growth is. That's where the transformation happens. Every minute you wait is a minute lost. Every excuse you give yourself is a brick in the wall that stands between you and who you could become. You think it's just one skipped workout, one missed opportunity, one lazy day. No, it's a message to your subconscious that says, this is who I am now. I give in. I take the easy path. And once that message gets reinforced, it sticks. Your brain makes it your new normal. And guess what? Your standards drop. Your goals slip further away. You stop believing in yourself. You start settling. And suddenly you're not chasing your dreams anymore. You're just surviving. That's the cost of delay. That's the cost of waiting. It's not just wasted time, it's a wasted life. The most dangerous people in the world aren't the loudest. They're the most consistent. They don't scream about what they're going to do. They just do it, quietly, daily, without emotion, without drama. They understand that the game is about long-term endurance, not short-term intensity. And the only way to endure is to stop making every action depend on how you feel. You don't need more hype. You don't need another motivational video. You need a decision that says, I don't care if I'm tired, afraid, or unmotivated, I'm doing it anyway. That is the moment your life changes. Not tomorrow, not next year, right now. Most people don't get this. They chase quick hits of dopamine. They chase comfort. They want results without sacrifice. But life doesn't work that way. Life rewards those who bleed for their future. It rewards those who suffer now so they can live free later. And the harshest truth of all, if you're not willing to suffer for your goals, you will suffer for your excuses. There's no escaping the pain. The only choice is what kind of pain you want, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. So ask yourself right now, what kind of life are you building? One that's dictated by fear and hesitation, or one built on discipline, strength, and execution? Because that's the split in the road. That's the moment everything changes. The dangerous mind hack, the one that separates winners from losers, isn't about some magical phrase or trick. It's about obedience, mental obedience. You become the commander of your mind. You make the rules. You decide when it's time to move. Not your fear, not your fatigue, not your distractions. You start small. Wake up on time. Move your body. Do the work. Refuse to negotiate. That's how it starts. That's how the week become unstoppable. Not in some giant cinematic transformation, but in brutal, boring, daily commitment. That's the truth no one wants to hear. That's why most people never make it. But if you do, if you commit, if you rewire your mind to move regardless of mood, there's nothing you can't build, no mountain you can't climb, no dream you can't chase down and crush. So stop overthinking, stop analyzing, stop waiting for the perfect feeling. Just move, take the step. Because the version of you that doesn't wait, that doesn't hesitate, that version changes the game. That version builds the body, builds the business, builds the mindset. That version wins, and that version is already inside you, buried under years of excuses and emotions. Dig it out, fight for it, and never stop. Every time you move when it's hard, you take a sledgehammer to your limitations. Every time you act without feeling like it, you chip away at the old, weak version of yourself, and you rise. You want real motivation? Look at your future. Look at what's at stake, your potential, your dreams, your family, your legacy. You think those things don't matter enough to show up today, to fight today? You think your feelings are more important than your mission? Then you don't want it bad enough. But if you're still here, still listening, still breathing fire deep inside your gut, then you're not done. You're not finished. You're just getting started. The fire is there. It's always been there. But now you control it. Now you use it. No more wasting time. No more soft days. No more delays. The war has already started. The only way out is through.